After dropping their last two games, Coach Sansom and the 2-4 Bison look to get back on track as they host Coach Sam Jones and the Waynesburg Yellow Jackets. Hi, folks. Welcome inside a Hummel Fieldhouse as we present you PAC basketball from the Bethany Broadcast Network, streamed live on YouTube. Linnell Willingham alongside my broadcast partner Drew Von Sayo. And Drew, as we enter the final week of the regular season, the Bison have a busy one with 3 games in 5 nights, and that stretch begins tonight as they host Waynesburg.
Absolutely, Linnell, and the biggest thing, I talked about this at the end of the game on Saturday with Coach Sansom, especially against the winless Golden Yellow Jacket team and a winless Tomcats team on Thursday with Teal. It's got to find a way to get everybody some minutes and rest their key starters.
Yeah, this is a key time. You mentioned playing 2 winless teams back-to-back. Well, Waynesburg winless and then Teal with 1 win on the season. A chance for the Bison to maybe climb up the standings here. As we take a look at them right now, the Bison currently sit at 2-4 and are in that 6th spot with 3 games left to go for them in the regular season. And Drew, although Waynesburg has struggled here this season due to COVID, they only got 9 players. They're on a 3-game winning streak in the all-time series against the Bison. Drew, check this out. The Bison have not beat Waynesburg since February 16th of 2019.
Well, let's change that here tonight.
Definitely something that they'll need to do it. In order to change that, the keys for the Bison: convert easy looks. They shot 31% from the field against Waynesburg, and a big part of that was their inability to finish at the cup. They got some good looks from downtown and wasn't able to convert tonight. Play the same style of offense, pop the basketball around, and they just got to knock down those easy ones.
Absolutely. And if you shoot the ball consistently, you're going to find a way to eventually sink them. So just got to, like you said, convert those easy looks and let the work take care of itself.
Won't be easy, as check this out, Drew. Waynesburg coming into tonight's contest, the #1 defense in the PAC in defending the 3-point line. Surprising considering they're off to an 0-6 start. Another key for the Bison, Drew, get to the free throw line. #1 in the conference in free throw percentage. They got to do a better job getting to the lane. The guards, Mackenzie Mason, Bella Schobel, and Molly Grayson got to continue to attack in order to get free throws.
Absolutely. You got to find a way to send Mason to the line consistently. 2nd in the conference with an 87 free throw percentage here in her freshman year.
And the winner of this game, Drew, I think will be decided by who controls the glass the most. Coming in, these 2 teams in the bottom 3 in rebounding in the conference. Whichever one can control the glass tonight is going to have a huge, huge advantage.
Interestingly enough, Linnell, both teams come into this one with an average of 40 rebounds per game.
Interesting stat. Something's got to give here tonight as we get set to send it down for the starting lineups and the playing of our national anthem. And thank you, Erica. That was the introduction of our starting lineups. And Drew, before we went to the national anthem, we mentioned Waynesburg on a 3-game winning streak in the season series against the Bison. What do they have to do to continue that streak?
They just got to find a way to get the ball to Andrea Orlowski, the senior guard for the Yellow Jackets. She's 973 career points, looking to get 1,000 here tonight.
Tip-off will be controlled by the Bison. Mackenzie Mason with it to start. Waynesburg coming out in the 2-3 zone here to start, a staple of Coach Jones. As we mentioned, coming in the #1 team in the conference defending the 3. The Bison are going to have to move the ball around offensively to get their points. Mintel kicks it out. Mackenzie Mason lines up a triple, and it's good.
Talked about moving the ball around. They did exactly that.
Interesting wrinkle here from the Bison as they come out in a 2-2-1 press. I believe it's the first time this season I've seen them come out with full court pressure to start.
Great change of pace for the Bison here.
Yeah, continuing more of what we saw on Saturday against St. Vincent, bringing that extra defender to trap up at the top. And it nearly leads to a steal on the first possession for Waynesburg. Yellow Jackets swinging it around. Good defense here from the Bison. Shot up, offensive rebound controlled by Waynesburg. They'll get another crack at it and a foul will be called. Looks like they're going to send Elena McDermott to the free throw line, the 5'6" senior out of Slippery Rock High School in Slippery Rock, Pennsylvania. And we mentioned coming in, Drew, rebounding was going to be such a huge factor in this one. Already there, the Bison surrendering 2 offensive rebounds on their first defensive possession.
Absolutely, they've got to find a way to control it off the glass.
And a rare miss from Waynesburg at the free throw line as they come in the second best free throw shooting team in the conference, right behind our own Bethany Bison.
Elena McDermott was perfect on the year, and interestingly enough, Linnell, it wasn't my commentator's curse that made her miss that one.
2 games in a row we've impacted the result of a free throw. Second free throw from McDermott also off, and look at that offensive rebound controlled by Waynesburg. This time unable to capitalize. And Mackenzie Mason will stumble out of bounds, and a sloppy start here for the Bison.
Was Andrea Orlowski with the rebound. 71 rebounds on the season coming into tonight. That was her 20th offensive so far this season.
Yeah, she has been a load to handle down in the interior, especially on the glass. The Bison playing a little bit of zone themselves there. Beautiful pass over the top as it's laid up and in. As that'll get Waynesburg on the board here for the first time. Grayson working with it. Bison coming off a game on Saturday, Drew, in which they didn't shoot the ball very well, shot at just 30% from the field. They thought they got some good looks, just got to finish the easy ones. That time, Alexis Heap called for the travel.
Yeah, like you said, just finish the easy ones. A lot of shooters struggled to get their shots down in wide open situations. Got to change that here starting tonight.
Interesting wrinkle here from Coach Sansom that I like is them showing this full court pressure. I think it'll really make things difficult for the opposing team. They're going to get a travel called again. So a sloppy start for both teams offensively. Turnovers and protecting the basketball have been a point of emphasis for Coach Sansom's bunch. As you see right there, Waynesburg coming out and extending that zone pressure. The Bison struggling with it early on here in the half court.
Absolutely, Molly Grayson got herself into some trouble there. Lucky for that one to go off the hands of Orlowski, and the Bison maintain possession.
And 20 seconds on the shot clock. Bison hold a 3-2 lead. Stobel to Mason. The Mintel, she couldn't hit from the right corner. Waynesburg will control it. They're pushing in transition. Bison once again showing that pressure. Forcing Waynesburg really to scramble right now offensively. Kelsey Mintel, nice job coming over the top, and foul called on her. Don't know if I agree with that one. Wow.
Yeah, I'm not sure I agree with that one either. Looked like, yeah, she went over the top like you said, but didn't appear as if there was much contact there against Abigail Green.
Yeah, not much contact at all. She was just trying to play the ball there. But nonetheless, a foul called. Waynesburg will inbound from under the basket. Yellow Jackets working. This time a three launched up. The Bison this time able to control the defensive rebound. Molly Grayson pushing in transition. Mackenzie Mason the drive. Will kick it. Bella Scoble left wing. Her three-point shot's off. Alexis Heap able to knock it off a Waynesburg defender, and that'll keep possession with the green and white.
It was a great job there by Heap knocking that one off of a Yellow Jacket. Good awareness there.
Good pass from Mackenzie Mason. Intended for Kelsey Montel, and she looks a bit shaken up after that one. Be 20 on the shot clock for the Bison. Molly Grayson to inbound. Grayson inbounds it to Heap. Heap working with it, left hand finish. Couldn't get it to go. As Waynesburg looking to push in transitions. It's been a slow start offensively here for both squads. Another Waynesburg triple. This one is good. Avery Robinson, the 5'8" freshman.
Great job by Robinson gaining that separation and just enough to get that triple down.
Yeah, and Waynesburg, a team that has struggled mightily from distance on the season, coming in the worst three-point shooting team in the conference. That time able to line up a triple. Bison got to continue to move it against this zone. Mason thought about a triple. 6 on the clock. Grayson to Mason. Her second three of the game couldn't fall. That one will go off of Robinson. The possession will stay with the Bison. Substitutions checking in for Waynesburg. The Brooke Fuller at the 5 spot. And Anika Dansby coming in at the guard. 17 on the clock. Skip pass from Montel. And a travel called on Bella Scoble.
It was great vision right there by Mintel to find Grayson. And unfortunate for the Bison, they can't get a shot off with the travel call.
Substitution checking in for the Bison. Nikki Bradbury, you'll see the floor for the first time. She struggled from the field on Saturday as well. One of the reasons the Bison couldn't come up victorious in another travel here is it has been a sloppy start for both units here offensively. Get Courtney Walker into the game for the first time. 5'9" junior out of Moundsville, West Virginia. One of the Bison's premier threats from downtown. They swing it over to Walker. Boy, and I'd like for her to take that shot.
Absolutely.
Boy, and they've got to shoot the ball here. Because you're not going to find the perfect shot against this zone. You got to be able to take these open looks that they're getting.
Trying to overcomplicate things here against the Yellow Jackets team.
Dansby working with it. Trying to go low post down to Fuller. We're going to get a foul call.
It was another travel, actually. It was Brooke Fuller with the travel there.
Working against Kelsey Montel on that low post. It's been a slow start offensively for both units. Montel kicks it. Hockey assist from Grayson. It's good, as Courtney Walker used every part of the rim to knock down that triple. It's a 6-5 Bethany lead. Bison got her right where they want her in that corner, and a travel is called. That time a solid trap there from Courtney Walker.
Marley Wolf didn't really have much of an option there but to force the travel.
Yeah, it's interesting to see what success that new wrinkle showing that full court pressure can bring. Courtney Walker taking it to the cup. Her layup is no good. Dansby pushing. Dansby pushing in transition. She'll kick to the left corner. Three is up and no good. Courtney Walker controls it and she'll push. Bradbury thought about entering it to Scoble, but will pull it back. We've got 4:45 left to go here in the opening quarter here from Hummel Fieldhouse. Last week of the regular season for the Bison. Molly Grayson's triple is off the mark. So they have struggled here offensively to start. Funny looking move that time As Waynesburg will eventually turn it over.
Was off the left arm, it looked like there, of Brooke Fuller.
You see Coach Sansom there trying to calm his young squad down here offensively as they are not making the best decisions right now with the basketball. 20 on the shot clock. Bison working it around. Walker with it. Walker will kick it to Bradbury. She'll swing it. Bella Scoble, dump it inside. Montel kicks it out to Bradbury. She'll take a left-hand floater. Couldn't finish. Rebound is controlled by Brooke Fuller. Waynesburg pushing in transition. Layup is up and in. Marley Wolf doing it herself that time.
Too easy there from the Bison to let Wolf lay that one up.
Yeah, and the Bison are a team who's got some threats from perimeter. They got to take these shots. As Nikki Bradbury pulls this one, it's no good. They're giving them a lot of space out on the perimeter until they can knock down some shots here, or even take them. Waynesburg is going to continue to play them that way. That time, the three-pointers airballed. Offensive rebound controlled by Waynesburg, and it is another turnover here to start.
Called Anika Dansby for the travel. And you mentioned the Bison needing to take advantage of those three-point shots. We saw that on Saturday as well. Seemed like they were a bit scared at times. They hit that shot from three.
Bison working it around. And another travel call. It has been an absolutely brutal start. Another turnover here, and this is not how you don't want to let a team like Waynesburg, who's coming in with nothing to lose at 0-6, hang around in a game like this. And right now the Bison have come out lax. Another travel call as both teams have just been not playing with a lot of detail right now.
Not at all. Both trying to overcomplicate things and do too much, which is causing all of these travels.
Yeah, it's been a turnover fest here to start. 7 for Waynesburg, 4 for the Bison. 15 on the clock. Montel tried to kick it out to Bradbury. She couldn't control it. And Courtney Walker this time travels. It's Coach Brian Sansom on the sideline about to lose it.
I mean, that's 2 possessions in a row where the Bison have lost it due to a travel.
We're going to get freshman Alexis Reed into the game, 5'2" freshman out of Alexandria, Pennsylvania. As Montel deflects it out of bounds. And defensively, it's been okay for the Bison, but on the offensive side of the ball, boy, I mean, just not playing with high IQ right now.
I mean, there's 2:30 left, and these teams have a combined 13 points.
Yeah, it's been a very sloppy start. As Dansby will get in the lane, couldn't finish. Rebound controlled by Alexis Reed, and she'll push. We'll try to get it to Scoble off this curl. Scoble steps through, passes. Ball ends up swung to the corner. Mackenzie Mason couldn't hit the triple. And Waynesburg now pushing. The time they'll pull it back. 1:50 left to go here in the first quarter. They'll get Bella Scoble called on the foul that time. And as you mentioned, a 6-7 start. This first quarter has not been for the weak of heart. It has been a first quarter to forget here for both teams, as it has been sloppy from the start.
Gonna have to wonder if that's Coach Sansom's message at the end of this quarter, just calm things down.
Done a nice job defensively there as they're working this trap well. Fuller steps through, couldn't finish. Offensive rebound controlled by Waynesburg. Fuller back inside, couldn't control it. Ball on the floor. I'm gonna get a 3-second call there eventually. This has been it's been something to watch here, Drew. I mean, not much to really speak on here offensively for the Bison or Waynesburg.
Absolutely not. And that was a mismatch down there in the paint. You had 6-foot Brooke Fuller against 5'2" Alexis Reed.
Good drive by Mintel. She'll kick to Bella Schobel. She's unable to get it. Rebound tipped out of bounds by Mintel. And that was the look you'd like to see. That time Mintel doing a nice job finding a wide open Bella Schobel. She was just unable to knock it down. More of the same that we saw from Saturday. Just the Bison's inability to knock down shots right now as they've gone through a little bit of a cold stretch here the last few games offensively. 47 seconds left in the first quarter. It's a 7-6 Waynesburg lead, which Coach Sanson going to call his first time out of the game. And somebody go check on him, make sure he is all right. He's about to blow a gasket down there, as he has been, can't be too impressed with his unit's performance here in that first quarter.
You have to wonder what made him wait so long in this one to take that first time out. Just like we said, you know, calm them down, get them back on their game, because they're not on it right now.
Yeah, and I don't think it's much of a skill thing. I think they just need a kick in the butt right now, maybe overlooking the opponent coming in, Waynesburg at 0-6. But as we mentioned, despite the 0-6 record, they've won the last 3 meetings in the season series, with the Bison's last victory dating all the way back to February of 2019. So the Yellow Jackets have had Bethany's number here the last 3 seasons. 10-second difference between the shot clock and game clock, as the Bison try to get something going here offensively to end the quarter. Reed on the cut, couldn't finish. Another good look there. Alexis Heap just unable to finish it. Skip pass from Waynesburg. Ball's in the open court. That's going to be a turnover. This will be the final possession of the first quarter. A first quarter, Drew, that we mentioned, one to forget for both squads, as it has been difficult to watch here offensively.
Absolutely, and I question now why Alexis Reed is coming out of this game. The Bison have looked like an entirely different squad since she came in off the bench.
I don't know if I agree with you on that one, Drew. It's been more of the same here as Grayson turns it over.
More so with pushing offensively and getting decent looks. I mean, prior to her coming off the bench, they weren't even getting that.
I don't know. This is not the Bison team we saw Saturday against St. Vincent. In that first half, how crisp they were offensively and how they were sharing the rock and getting things done in the open court. Three-pointer up. And that is how we will end the first quarter. It is a 7-6, yes, you heard that correctly, 7-6 Waynesburg lead at the end of the first quarter here. Turnovers have been the topic of conversation. 10 in that first quarter from Waynesburg, 6 for the Bison. Drew, it was tough to watch in that first quarter, but in the second quarter, what has to happen for these two teams to get it going here?
They've just got to find a way to sink their shots. Waynesburg's 3 of 13 from the field. Bison are 2 of 13. Just get those shots down.
As we mentioned, Drew, 3 games in 5 nights for the Bison. This is their Saturday will be the last regular season game for them before they enter the PAC tournament. And Offensive rebound put up by Brooke Fuller. And once again, offensive rebounds, lack of movement on offense. It's been a struggle here for the Bison. They'll dump it down to Mintel. She'll draw contact. That was one of the keys we mentioned coming into this one, shooting the free throw. Something that the Bison do very well. They've got to do a better job getting themselves to the line.
Here's a chance to get right back into this one with Mintel at the line.
Yeah, there's really no real flow to this game right now. So if I'm the Bison here, you're only down 2. You got to grab this thing before, it potentially, you lose hold of it and it gets too far out ahead. So they have not held a lead since it was 2-0. Waynesburg, although be it by 1, led most of that first quarter. And have been in control, I guess. If anyone's been in control. So that time Marley Wolf, the freshman, showing some veteran leadership there, or IQ, throwing it off the leg. And the Bison defender to maintain possession.
Great awareness right there from Wolf.
Waynesburg doing a nice job moving it around here, causing this Bison defense to stay in rotation. Skip pass. Short corner jumper is good. Andrea Orlowski. Career point number 977. And she's closing in on 1,000 points. Bison continuing to work it around. Good hands there defensively. Andrea Orlowski. You could just see, it looks like, Waynesburg much more engaged right now in the effort level. Seem to be playing just with a little bit more sense of urgency than the Bison. Mackenzie Mason will line up a triple, and it's good. Her second one of the game.
Bison are going to need that to kickstart their offense.
Will tie the game at 11. This has been a slow start for both teams offensively. Waynesburg continuing to work it around. Inside, Fuller again, this time no good. Offensive rebound once again controlled by Waynesburg. Fuller dishes to Dansby, she couldn't finish, but a foul is called. I mean, it has been a nightmarish start on the defensive glass here, something that we harped on, Drew, in the opener. They have got to get the first defensive rebound. Cannot continue to give their opponents second chance opportunities, especially with a team like Waynesburg. We mentioned 0-6 coming in, but they're playing hard, and the Bison doing things like turning the ball over and giving up offensive rebounds. They're not going to be able to stick around.
Absolutely, and Grayson had a chance to grab that one off the glass, but not unable to control it on the ground, and it allowed the Jackets to go to the line.
Grayson pushing. Bison continuing to work it around. 17 on the shot clock. Courtney Walker inside to Mintel. She steps through and couldn't finish. The Bison have really struggled with Waynesburg's zone. Dansby turns it over. Scoble working in transition. Bella Scoble drives and she's fouled. Scoble will go to the line for a couple. Bella Scoble, the sensational freshman, had a 25-point performance 2 games ago. Was named the PAC Rookie of the Week. She adds versatility for them, her ability to guard different types of defenders with her length, and her ability to handle the ball at her size is a nice advantage for the Bison.
Absolutely, and since she's found her way in the lineup, she's made Coach Sansom have a hard time taking her out of it.
Nice job defensively. So they're able to force a turnover as the Bison will get possession off of the jump ball. And you notice, Drew, Coach Sansom putting Bella Scoble at the top of that press because of her length, able to get in the sight line of the offensive player and make things more difficult. Mason working with it, nearly turned it over, but possession going to stay with the Bison. And they have just struggled here, flat out. I mean, to put it kindly, it's just been out of sync offensively here.
Absolutely, and for the first time this season, we saw Steve Thompson, the Bison assistant coach, getting a little angry down there on the sidelines.
Beautiful feed off the inbound, unable to be finished by Mintel. Boy, oh boy. Walker will take a triple. Rebound controlled by Waynesburg, and they got a beauty of a shot under the basket off the inbound. Dansby in trouble, and that's going to trigger Sam Jones to use a timeout.
Full court press from the Bison gave the Yellow Jackets no options there.
Yeah, definitely gave them no options, but on this broadcast, we've got multiple options as we'll send it down to our third member of our team, Marissa Panfield. Marissa.
Hi, how are you today?
Doing great. It's been a struggle for both teams offensively here, Marissa. What do you think the Bison have to do to pick things up here?
I think they need to stick to their initial game plan, which is work the ball and get it around the court there, and just stick to the basics. Get the ball inside to Kelsey or Courtney, who are presence in the paint, and draw the fouls. I mean, they're great at foul shooting, so that's going to be one of their strengths here to kind of move forward with this game.
Definitely, Marissa. Getting to the free throw line, something that's going to be, vital in the success of this team moving forward, not just in this one. As we mentioned, they are very, very good from the free throw line once they get there. Just getting those attempts is, that time, Coach Sansom applauding the foul. It's a nice job, though, rotating there. They're calling it pretty tight here, as the Bison playing a little bit more physical brand of basketball tonight with this full court press.
And you have to wonder if Coach Sansom was applauding that foul for the effort that Mason put in there defensively.
Yeah, when you're playing an aggressive style like that, you understand you're going to get more fouls called on you, but it also gets you more turnovers. And for the Bison right now offensively, they need to get some fast break points as they're struggling in the half court. 7 left on the shot clock. Dansby with it. She'll throw it down. And that'll be a shot clock violation. And that time, the Bison focused defensively the whole 24 seconds. Oh, 30 seconds, excuse me.
You see Coach Sansom down there on the sidelines, very animated, applauding his young Bison squad. Great job by them to get that done and avoid a shot.
Yeah, hopefully the positive energy and spirits could translate to the offensive end. As defensively, they've been pretty sound here in this first half. It's been offensively. They have not been able to find looks consistently. So Waynesburg doing a nice job rotating in this zone. Mintel with it, short corner. They got to swing the ball over. Mason will line up another triple. This time unable to hit, and Drew, you can get that shot pretty much any time down the floor.
Absolutely, but they just got to find a way to convert, and they haven't done so here tonight.
Yeah, I said that because, Drew, I mean, they got to try to find a better shot offensively there than a long contested Mackenzie Mason 3. I mean, right now with Alexis Seep in the lineup, she's not really a threat from the perimeter. And looked like they were hesitant to reverse the ball to her side, but, I mean, you got to at least get them to move.
Absolutely, and then you allow Heap to find that shooting option, whether it be Grayson, Scoble, or Mason.
Yeah, I think they've got to just continue to pop it around as they're playing right now with Mintel and Heap at the high post, and another turnover. It has been just, it's been sloppy, man. I mean, I hate to keep harping on it, but it has been, they've just out of sync right now offensively, and they're allowing this 0-6 Waynesburg team to hang around. And this is not the team that we saw on Saturday against St. Vincent in that first half.
By no means, and you got to find a way to hopefully put this one to bed sooner rather than later.
And another turnover here for the Yellow Jackets. And the longer you allow Coach Sam Jones' squad to hang around, the more danger you're putting yourself in. This is supposed to be, you're hosting an 0-6 team. You're looking to play your best basketball right now, and right now they are not. Heap to Montel, she couldn't control it. Heap will put it up, couldn't hit. Boy, and these struggles continue here. Bison's finding a way to stay up in this trap. As Heap called for a foul. Substitutions for both teams. For the Bison, it'll be Courtney Walker and Taylor Stinnett checking in. This will be Stinnett's first time checking in, and Drew Saturday, she turned into a household name, and she put in one of her best performances of her career.
A defensive mastermind coming in here for the Bison.
Yeah, she has really played the role of the enforcer for the Bison, giving them good minutes at the 4 and 5 spot off the bench. Second free throw is up and good. 4:32 left to go in the first half. It is a 14-13 Waynesburg lead. Skip pass over to Bella Scoble. She'll line up a triple, book it. And a nice feed from Mackenzie Mason, and credit Bella Scoble as well. She was ready with her feet set.
Absolutely, and she almost forced a turnover there.
Good hustle there from Scoble. That'll give the Bison their first lead since the beginning of the first quarter at 2-0. As they're back out in front by 2. Dansby picks up her dribble in a bad spot. Nearly turns it over. Dansby in trouble. Ball on the floor. Waynesburg able to combat it. Free throw line jumper no good. Another offensive rebound by Fuller. This time unable to convert.
To the credit of Orlowski there, she did a great job spinning out of that. But if you're the Bison, 3 defenders right there, you can't let her get it out of that.
Yeah, definitely cannot. Got to make them pay for that one. Could have had transition points. Stinnett will kick it to Mason. Bella Scoble going to be called for the travel. We have seen that. We saw it against St. Vincent a lot as well. You got to put the ball down first before you move, and they've been called for that numerous of times. Waynesburg doing a nice job popping it around. Skip pass, layup no good. Stinnett the board. Coach Sansom egging his team to push. Walker will take the long deuce, and it's good. Courtney Walker hitting from the short left corner.
That's what happens when you keep it simple and take what you're given there in terms of shots.
Yeah, and as you see, they're much more comfortable when they're able to run out in transition and not let this Waynesburg defense set up. Because that time the Yellow Jackets go a careless pass, and possession will go to the Bison.
Just looked like some miscommunication there between Anika Dansby and Elena McDermott as to who was going to corral that pass. Neither one of them did, and it goes out of bounds for Bison possession.
Nikki Bradbury will re-enter the fray for the Bison. We've got 2:52 and counting here in the first half. Good no-look pass from Mason. Grayson ready to control it. Stinnett inside. She's going to get fouled. When you like the Bradbury working with it. Walker the drive, and ball will be tied up, and possession will go to Waynesburg, so it ends up being a turnover for the Bison. And we've said it all broadcast long, Drew. It has been the struggle, the word we're going to use. Do we get more dramatic than that to really get the point across?
I mean, that's putting it nicely.
I mean, they have struggled to find their rhythm. And another foul is called. And you got to watch the foul situation here. That was the 5th team foul for the Bison. And with 2 minutes and 26 seconds left, Looks like Waynesburg going to be in the bonus. And as we mentioned, coming in, the top 2 free throw shooting teams in the conference, so playing to the strength of Waynesburg, fouling them. Second free throw is no good. We'll keep this Bison lead at 3. With 2:19 left to go in the first half. Grayson kicks it out. Nikki Bradbury able to line up a triple. A welcoming sign for the Bison, seeing Nikki Bradbury knock one down. Boy, they've just nothing really bouncing the way of the Bison right now, as Brooke Fuller able to get an easy one under the basket. Skips it to Mason. Bison popping it around. Nikki Bradbury, another good look from downtown. How do you like that? Nikki Bradbury has caught fire here.
You're going to get anyone going at the three-point line, it's going to be Nikki Bradbury.
So Bison have extended this lead to what was 7. Could potentially be cut to 3 after the and 1. Marley Wolf, freshman out of Elwood City, Pennsylvania, and the pride of Riverside High School. She's put her stamp on this one. Been very productive here in this first half, able to complete the three-point play. It's a 24-20 Bison lead, 1:30 left to go in the first half, as this is the Bison's first of 3 in 5 nights. Nikki Bradbury, another triple. This time unable to hit.
Taylor Stinnett was trying to appeal that one, and you heard the audible no scream from Coach Sansom.
So we'll see Bella Schobel check back in. Taylor Stinnett playing good minutes, and a smaller lineup here right now for the Bison, as they've got Courtney Walker playing at the center spot. They're going to call Waynesburg for a carry. Very, very, very interesting lineup here on the floor for Coach Sansom's bunch. This unit really can stretch the floor from all 5 spots right now, with Courtney Walker playing at the 5 spot.
You have to wonder if his goal isn't here just to get all 5 shooters out there and get your best looks possible.
Yeah, right now they're quicker than what Waynesburg is. They got to pop this ball around as Nikki Bradbury finds another one. Nothing but bottom for Nikki Bradbury as she's caught fire here in this second quarter, her 3rd triple.
Within the last 2 minutes.
Will extend the lead to 7. Boy, and Brooke Fuller able to find another easy look inside. That's got to be driving Coach Sansom crazy. They'll skip it over. Bradbury, boy, I thought she was going to take that one. She'll find a Bella Schobel open. Couldn't hit. Rebound controlled by Courtney Walker. She goes up and is fouled. Courtney Walker will go to the line. Boy, that's not supposed to happen, right? That doesn't make sense. When they got their big lineup in, they struggle to rebound. Now that they've gone small ball, look at that, getting offensive rebounds.
Hey, sometimes you just got to change it up, you know, and if it works, it works. And for the Bison here tonight, that's exactly what's happened.
Defensive substitution getting ready to check in for the Bison with 17.9 left to go in the half. He'll get Taylor Stinnett and Alexis Heat back in for the final possession of the opening half. Courtney Walker able to knock down both free throws. He'll extend this Bison lead to 6, 28-22 with 17.9 left to go here in the first half.
Bison have almost quadrupled their point total in the second quarter compared to the first.
And the Bison trying to show pressure, and they're going to call a foul on Bella Schobel. We mentioned they've done a pretty decent job not fouling, but they're in the bonus. So that'll send Waynesburg to the line with an opportunity to cut this thing to 4 here in the waning moments of the first half. Yeah, it's just been some poor decision making here from the Bison, and I don't know if I agree with coming out with full court pressure here in a situation We're in the bonus. It's giving Waynesburg points here, essentially. They missed the free throw, offensive rebound control, but they're going to call it travel. And Waynesburg bailed out the Bison on that one, giving up another offensive rebound. Final possession of the first half. Grayson working, get it to Bradbury. 3 seconds left. Grayson the drive. She'll put it up and that'll be no good. And that is how we will end the first half. There's a 22-28 lead for the Bison. It was Nikki Bradbury in that first half pacing the Bison offensively as she caught fire there in that second quarter.
Absolutely. She was the difference maker there. 12 points, or 9 points, pardon me, for Nikki Bradbury.
Yeah, Bradbury a part of that second quarter barrage for the Bison as they struggled there in the opening. And before we go to halftime, we'll send it to our sideline reporter, Marissa Panfeld, for more. Marissa?
Yeah, I think the Bison have a lot to work for, along with the Yellow Jackets. I mean, they are just struggling. Like you said, this first half, not what we were looking for. Lower scoring game until the last, I would say, few minutes in that second half, where we had Nikki Bradbury step up and just knock those threes down. I know Coach Sansom is really, relying on her to come in hot again after this halftime to lead the Bison. Those turnovers, the traveling, I mean, little things like that are what's going to keep them from moving forward. So if you can just stick to the basics and move the ball around and take the lid off the rim for a little bit for both teams to see something move forward.
Yeah, and as you mentioned, there was a struggle there in that first quarter. Second quarter, things picked up for both teams. But as we enter the half, it is a 28-22 lead. Bison paced by Nikki Bradbury, who caught fire in that second quarter, knocking down 3 threes. We will return after halftime. back inside of Hummel Fieldhouse. It is a 28-22 Bethany lead over the Waynesburg Yellow Jackets. And Drew, we've got about 50 seconds till the start of the second half. It was a tale of two quarters, really, in that first half. First quarter, both teams struggled to get the lid off the basket offensively. Second quarter, we saw sparks start to fly. Nikki Bradbury catching fire from downtown, knocking down 3 triples. How do the Bison maintain that success offensively moving into half number 2?
They've just got to find, like we've said, find a way to get that open shot. Don't be afraid to take it. A couple of times we saw them pull back, and they just got to be confident in themselves and in their teammates.
Yeah, in that first quarter, both teams really struggled, shooting a combined 5 of 26 from the field.
Sheesh.
Second quarter, things picked up for both squads, and as we mentioned, Nikki Bradbury got things going for the Bison, but for the Waynesburg Yellow Jackets, it was a combination of Marley Wolf and Brooke Fuller. Brooke Fuller having a good first half, ball finding her in good positions to score. It'll be Mackenzie Mason to inbound for the Bison, as Waynesburg will continue to show this zone look. So the Bison can unlock the key. Bella Scoble from 3. Couldn't hit. Offensive rebound controlled by Mackenzie Mason. They're going to call a jump ball, and possession will go with Waynesburg. And that time, Drew, you saw it. They've got to unlock the puzzle of this Waynesburg defense, and they were able to move the ball around to find an open shooter on their first possession.
Absolutely, and it was all started with a screen from Alexis Heap. Got that shot off.
You see Heap at the top of this half-court trap that the Bison are running. So they're doing a really nice job defensively rotating. Wide open jumper there for Waynesburg, and an offensive rebound controlled by the Yellow Jackets. In that first half, they had 11 offensive rebounds. Did Waynesburg is Heap able to finish in transition. Alexis Heap, one of the young up-and-coming veterans on the squad. Calling her a veteran, but she's only a sophomore. Second in the conference in blocks. And she's just getting her feet wet offensively and where she can untap.
Absolutely, she used her size there defensively, stole the ball from the Yellow Jackets, and like they say, defense is the best offense.
The pass inside, layup could not be finished. Mackenzie Mason pushing. Mason up ahead, Bella Scoble under the basket. Will kick it to Molly Grayson. She's got a triple and hits nothing. Molly Grayson too strong. The triple loaded up for Waynesburg. Rebound controlled by Montel, and that time a quick shot. And Coach Sansom urging his team to push. Mackenzie Mason lines up a triple. She couldn't hit. She had a 3 in that first quarter, but has struggled to find her stroke from downtown since. Good defense here from the Bison. That time layup no good. And Bison got bailed out on that, but they got to do a better job of rotating defensively there if they're going to run that trap.
It was a size mismatch inside too. Molly Grayson doing the best she could, but at 5'4", not much she could do overhead.
Mason to Heap. And Grayson called for a travel. A lot of the same issues we saw in that first half plaguing the Bison coming to bite them here again early third quarter here. We've seen 2 turnovers here to start.
Absolutely, and like I said at halftime, they got to find a way to be confident in their shots. Grayson had a bit of a lane to put one up for 3, but pulled it back and resulted in the travel.
Waynesburg able to find a 3. Hits nothing. Molly Grayson now pushing in transition. Grayson loses it out of bounds. The possession will stay with the Bison. Coach Sansom know that he's willing to understand and live with some of the turnovers due to the youth and inexperience of his team, but you got to be more careful with the basketball. Good kick for Mackenzie Mason. He'll swing it over to Heap. Heap will drive. Kick it out to Scoble. Scoble puts her head down. Couldn't finish the layup. She was way off. And Waynesburg once again trying to find something in transition. Heap nearly got her hands on that one for the steal. Pass inside to Fuller. Good catch. Offensive rebound put up, and she's fouled. Brooke Fuller working down low has been giving the Bison all they can handle on the interior.
Again, it's another size mismatch. You have the tallest player for the Yellow Jackets against the shortest player for the Bison right now on the court, and that's ultimately led to the foul being drawn.
Courtney Walker checking in for Alexis Heap, as Brooke Fuller missing the first of two. So make the substitution, wait till after the free throw. It's Macy Sheenot set to check in. She was very productive in her limited minutes on Saturday against St. Vincent, knocking down a triple and a mid-range jumper. Macy Sheenot trying to find more minutes in this Bison rotation. Bison working the ball around. As Waynesburg has switched to more of a man-to-man look. Walker a long triple. She's good. Courtney Walker. And that's where the Bison can have some success against this zone. If they're not willing to extend it to that three-point line, they've got players that are more than capable of making you pay from downtown. That time a beautiful job by Waynesburg offensively, and ended up in the hands of Orlovsky. And she was able to hit. Mackenzie Mason knocking down another triple. And the Bison starting to catch fire here from distance. They've extended this lead to 11. It is 36-25 with 5:40 left to go in quarter number 3.
If the Yellow Jackets are going to protect that inside that arc, if I'm Brian Sansom, I'm sending my best three-point shooters out there at all times.
Bison are on an 8-3 run to start the quarter. They have now stretched this lead to its largest of the game at 11. As Waynesburg struggling to inbound it. Substitution running over to the table for the Bison. Nikki Bradbury about to check back in. As we mentioned in that second quarter, she caught fire, knocking down 3 long balls. 7 on the shot clock. Waynesburg's got to shoot it. Dansby the drive. Has it blocked by Sheenot. Sheenot up ahead to Scoble in transition. Bella Scoble left-hand layup is up and good. And things are clicking on all cylinders right now for the Bison. Chance of defense coming from the Bison sideline, and an and one. Andrea Orlovsky in pursuit of career point number 1,000. She has had a strong game to this point.
She will be 20 away here if she sinks this three-pointer, or this free throw to finish the three-point play.
Orlovsky, one of the more decorated scorers in the Waynesburg program. 16 points a game, 11.8 rebounds, shooting 33% from downtown. Mackenzie Mason finds Nikki Bradbury, and she's off. Sheenot nearly controlled the offensive rebound. We're going to call a timeout. And they're going to say possession going to stay with the Bison. Did Coach Sansom get the timeout?
I think he got the timeout after they ruled in favor of the Yellow Jackets.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see who gets possession here coming out of the timeout. Was wondering if he was able to time the catch of Macy Sheenot before she went out of bounds calling that timeout. And that looks like what the officials were discussing with Coach Sam Jones over on the Waynesburg sideline, as he was none too happy with the call. As we mentioned, Drew, final 3 games of the regular season for the Bison. This is the first of 3 games in 5 nights. The stretch will conclude on Saturday night, or Saturday afternoon, rather, as they host the defending champion Grove City Wolverines. Coach Shelly Foos's squad coming to town. That was a game that was postponed from earlier in the season, as the Bison will now get a chance to host the defending champs, and going to be a measuring stick game for the green and white, as Coach Shelly Foos's squad has been the class of the conference for the last decade plus.
Absolutely. It's that final test going into the postseason right here inside Hummel Fieldhouse. And as a matter of fact, Linnell, it appears as if you were right. Coach Sansom able to get that timeout call before she not going out of bounds, allowing the Bison to maintain possession.
Yeah, and a rare occasion to see maybe a coach make top 10 plays, but that's a hell of a timeout from Coach Sansom. So possession will stay with the Bison. 20 seconds left on the shot clock. It's a 38-28 lead. Mackenzie Mason, the inbound. She's able to get it to Courtney Walker, and that's where the Bison will start offensively. Courtney Walker will take a long ball. Couldn't hit. Offensive rebound controlled by Sheenot. Walker again. This time she'll find Nikki Bradbury. How do you like that? Have a night, Nikki Bradbury, her fourth long ball. The freshman sensation. Carroll, Ohio's own, and the pride of Bloom Carroll High School. Waynesburg working it around the perimeter. They'll find a three. Couldn't hit. Sheenot the rebound. Sheenot throwing it up ahead. Bradbury to Walker, stops on the dime, couldn't finish the layup. This time Mason gets it, and they're able to get it.
It was a beautiful underneath feed from Nikki Bradbury to find Courtney Walker, just unable to put it up. A great job by Mackenzie Mason right there to rebound it and finish that one off.
Yeah, and that easy bucket, courtesy of Macy Sheenot. She grabbed that defensive rebound and threw it up ahead for the easy look. And a turnover by Waynesburg, and Coach Sam Jones' squad beginning to unravel here in this third quarter.
Things are finally starting to click for the Bison here. 15 points with 3:35 remaining in this third quarter.
Alexis Reed will check in. Give Molly Grayson a rest. Sheenot trying to get position in the post. He'll skip it to Bradbury. One more time, Nikki Bradbury. This time she's no good. And once again, Macy Sheenot right in the middle of it, making the most of her minutes.
Absolutely, and with that effort, she's only going to get more.
Yeah, we saw great effort from her on Saturday against St. Vincent. She's a player coming into her sophomore season, has come a long way. Made some changes to her body and really adjusting to the life of being a college athlete. It's a 43-28 lead with 3:08 and counting left to go in the third quarter. Waynesburg struggling to get the ball in the basket here in the third. And it's going to be Orlowski once again returning to the free throw line. As we mentioned, Drew, coming in, one of the underlying storylines in this one was the pursuit of 1,000 career points for the senior guard, Andrea Orlowski.
Absolutely. Just got her 8th point of the game, make it her 9th. Slow climb for her to get to 1,000.
Bison doing a nice job popping it around. They'll find Bella Scoble for three. Unable to hit. Offensive rebound. Multiple Bison on the floor for it in a beautiful effort. Garnering the praise of Coach Sansom on the sideline as he loves what he's seeing.
Absolutely. Bison swarming on that one, forcing a Yellow Jackets turnover.
Yeah, Coach Sam Jones none too happy with the start to the third quarter for his team. Courtney Walker's short corner jumper is good. Courtney Walker starting to get involved here offensively. Oleski with it. They'll find a corner triple, it's short. Courtney Walker the rebound. Bison pushing. Nikki Bradbury transition triple. This time she hits nothing. A little bit of a heat check there from Nikki Bradbury and she's been red hot from downtown. Good pass on the interior and unable to finish. Bison pushing. This time it's Bradbury in transition. Coach Sam Jones going to be called for a technical foul over on the sideline, as he has been extremely animated throughout this one. Got to be careful there. That's post-COVID. That's going to be our seat down there, Drew.
Absolutely. What's he doing to our table?
Technical free throw shooter will be Nikki Bradbury as she tries to extend this Bison lead to 17. 2:04 left to go in the third quarter, and this does not look like the same team that started the game, Drew. That first quarter we mentioned the Bison struggled to get into any type of rhythm offensively, but midway through that second quarter here into the third, we've seen a changing of the guard as they found their stroke from downtown.
Absolutely, and you notice the transition there from this Bison team getting more confident with their shots, and when they just make the plays, they let it rain.
Yeah, definitely. I think, Drew, as you mentioned, they just got to let things come to them right now offensively. You know, Waynesburg showing them that zone look. They just got to pop the basketball around and find the open shooters. And their shooters paying dividends here tonight. Nikki Bradbury having a fine performance. Freshman out of Bloom Carroll. They recruited in a tandem there from Bloom Carroll. They were also able to land Mackenzie Mason as well. Two high school teammates picking up where they left off, trying to bring the Bison back to the promised land and back to one of the conference's elite. Speaking of the conference, Drew, they'll have a bye next week before the start and commencement of the PAC conference tournament. And Drew, as we mentioned, up 17 here, starting to get into their groove. When this Bison team gets things clicking on all cylinders, they're one of the tougher teams to beat, especially when they're able to get that long ball going.
Absolutely, and that long ball is working wonders for them right now. They've just got to find a way to keep pouring it on.
Nikki Bradbury one more time, unable to hit. Bella Scoble the offensive rebound. She ends up losing it under the basket, and Waynesburg will push. Orlowski pushing. Drive up and no good. Rebound controlled by Courtney Walker. Bison pushing. Bella Scoble will pull it back. Bison working with it, 47-30. Minute 20 left to go in the third quarter. Walker thought about a triple. Scoble will line it up. Too strong. Offensive rebound tipped out by Courtney Walker. One more. Courtney Walker to the corner. And she's short. That time the Bison a number of good looks at the basket, just unable to hit. So they're continuing to show this high trap. As we see Andrea Orlowski starting to get more aggressive here. Big substitution coming for the Bison. They'll send in Kelsey Montel, Alexis Heap, Molly Grayson, and Mackenzie Mason. Waynesburg to inbound with 20 on the shot clock. Drive, layup, up and good. As Waynesburg able to get an easy one.
Some great drive there from Marley Wolf, to her credit.
Alexis Heap on the drive, will kick it out to Mason. It's a 12-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. We'll answer it to Heap. Heap kicks it out. Nikki Bradbury for three. She's long. Kelsey Montel the offensive rebound, and that should turn the shot clock off. As the Bison will get final possession here of the third quarter.
Great job there by Kelsey Montel. Back to the rest of the court, able to draw a foul.
Well, inbounded to Bradbury. She thought about a three. But they'll pull it back. 8 on the shot clock. We're entering the Heap. Heap left hand layup, couldn't finish. Offensive rebound controlled by the Bison. They'll have another look at it. Grayson doesn't get it off in time, and that is how we will end this third quarter. It was a strong third quarter for the Bison as they scored 19.
Absolutely. Finally saw this offense starting to get in sync and develop a rhythm as we go into the final 10 minutes of this one.
As we get set to enter the fourth quarter, we'll throw it down one more time to the third member of our team, Marissa Pantfield. Marissa?
I think something really important to think and consider right now is just securing those rebounds on both teams. I mean, the Bison have a great lead here, and to secure that, they're definitely going to want to keep getting the boards and not getting second chance opportunities for the Yellow Jackets. And I think one thing to consider for the Yellow Jackets is that they're only working with 7 players right now. Looks like they might have a few players hurt on the side and not dressed right now. So they have to be tired. They were pressuring early on, and so were the Bison started pressuring, but since they got this gap, they're able to, kind of relax and move the ball around and not be so pressured and forcing shots right now.
Yeah, some of the frustration starting to show there. Marissa, thank you, from Coach Sam Jones there in that third quarter. Just, things not going Waynesburg's way. They got dealing with a lot of extenuating circumstances, playing shorthanded here tonight. It was a valiant effort in the first half and first quarter, but since the third quarter has started, the Bison have opened up the floodgates. Bella Scoble the drive. She'll kick to Heap as they continue to work it around the perimeter. Heap driving, will kick it out. Mackenzie Mason, swing to Molly Grayson. Corner triple. Line me up, Molly Grayson. She's finally able to hit after starting the game 0 for 3 from downtown.
Absolutely, and she struggled against St. Vincent as well, so might be the start of a rally for Molly Grayson.
Yeah, that initial shot was blocked by guess who? Alexis Heap, the conference's second leading shot blocker. Able to get her paws on another one. The ball ended up being controlled by Waynesburg, and we're going to have free throws upcoming here momentarily. It's Coach Sansom having a word with the official over at the scorer's table, and Coach Sansom gives him a light tap on the butt and says, "Hey, you're all right, bud."
Got to be friendly to the officials. When you're in a game like this, they're your best friends.
We'll see Orlowski at the free throw line. She makes her first of 2. As we mentioned, on the cusp of 1,000 career points.
11 here tonight, 16 to go.
Yep, one of the more prideful accolades in all of college basketball, scoring your 1,000th career point. It'll be a special moment for Orlowski and the Waynesburg family when she's able to accomplish that feat. 14 on the shot clock. Bison continuing to work it around patiently. They'll throw it inside to Stinnett, and she's going to get fouled. It's a 50-34 lead, 9 minutes left to go here in the fourth quarter. It's the Bison start their stretch of games, 3 games in 5 nights. They'll host Teal here on Thursday night, and will host Grove City to wrap up the regular season on Saturday afternoon as the defending champs come to town, looking to stay undefeated on the season. Mackenzie Mason driving. All types of contact, and she'll be rewarded. Mackenzie Mason, one of the conference's best free throw shooters, doing what she does best, getting to that free throw line. Coming in, Drew, we mentioned both teams have shot it well from the free throw line. This is the second time I've cursed her, I believe.
I'm just glad it wasn't me that cursed her.
So hit the second of 2. That'll extend this lead to 17 with 8:43 left to go in the fourth. So Bison look to close this one out and snap a 2-game losing streak. Bison have lost their last two, including a game against St. Vincent on this past Saturday. Nice idea there from Alexis Heap throwing the outlet pass. Unfortunately, it was tipped. And the Bison will pull it back. Bison doing a nice job working it around. 7 seconds on the clock. Mason driving and she's bumped. And you notice even though the foul was called, didn't look like it affected her too much. It was a nice job by Mason getting downhill. She turned the corner and was about to get to the cup.
Absolutely. Mason's a very gritty player, and she's not going to let a little contact scare her.
It'll be 18 seconds and counting on the shot clock in this possession for the Bison. Scoble uses the screen. Will kick it out to Nikki Bradbury, and she's unable to hit. Rebound controlled by Waynesburg. Jackets pushing in transition. Left corner triple. Book it. And a timeout will be called by Coach Sam Jones as they're going to try to claw their way back into this one, down 14 with 7:42 left to go here in the fourth.
It was a great job by Marley Wolf in that far left corner, getting enough space to get that triple down.
Yeah, and you saw the sense of urgency from Waynesburg after they got the defensive rebound, trying to push and hurry up and get an easy look, and they were rewarded with a corner triple. Bison got to be careful here to close this one out. 7:42 is a lot of time to only have a 14-point lead. Waynesburg trying to close the gap here and make things interesting down the stretch.
You have to wonder if that quick transition didn't catch the Bison off guard, as that's something Waynesburg hasn't done much of here tonight.
Yeah, the Bison have done a nice job eliminating, Waynesburg's fast break offense, and it's really had a lot to do with the full court pressure we've seen Coach Sansom's squad apply. Another foul called as Andrea Orlowski showing her frustration.
She's got to be careful here. She's at 4 fouls.
She's going to check out for a moment of time here while she they'll allow Kelsey Meintel to check in for Bella Scoble. We'll have Mackenzie Mason inbound. Mason will inbound it to Meintel. Mason spins. Will kick to Walker. Walker drives. Walker right-hand layup. Thought there was contact, but no foul called.
It appeared she had for a second a kick out to Molly Grayson for 3, but just unable to look that way and get it off.
Well, I'd like to have Coach Sansom as my lawyer if he can overturn a call. His possession will stay with the Bison. They're going to say it was tipped out of bounds.
Coach Jones down there on the sidelines in just complete disbelief.
That's the second time we've seen Coach Sansom's lip service benefit the Bison. They get a foul called. The Bison thought they got the steal. Waynesburg's got to move here with a sense of urgency, down 14 with just 7 to go. Dansby the drive, nearly lost it. Free throw line jumper from Waynesburg is good. Marley Wolf once again. It'll cut the lead to 12. Mason thought about a 3, will drive, right-hand finish, up and in, and nice job there by Mackenzie Mason going baseline.
It's just brilliant awareness by Mason to realize she didn't have the triple, pulled it down, drove inside, and with a nice easy layup.
Dansby the kick out for 3. Couldn't hit. Rebound controlled by Molly Grayson. Good hustle on her part. It's a 53-39 lead, 6:34 and counting left to go in the fourth quarter. Courtney Walker lines up a triple. It's no good. And Coach Sansom frustrated by that shot attempt as they're trying to milk some clock here. Travel called. Too many steps there from Dansby. Bella Schobel will check back in. It'll get Mackenzie Mason a breather. Dansby applying pressure at half court. And some confusion there offensively.
Coach Sansom got to be careful he doesn't get teed up. We saw Coach Jones get a tee for slamming that table, and he's down there slamming the basketball.
Yeah, the motion's starting to get high here as we enter the crunch time here in the fourth quarter. Dansby thought about a three. Will kick it out. Baseline drive and a nice finish there. It's Avery Robinson driving, the freshman. Nikki Bradbury wide open in transition. No foul call. And Waynesburg will go the other way. And the Bison got to be careful that they don't allow this lead to continue to evaporate. Short jumper, no good. Mintel stepped on the line on the offensive rebound. The defensive rebound, excuse me. We're going to get a timeout called. They're going to try to stop the bleeding here, as we saw this 17-point lead turn into now just a 12-point lead here for the Bison.
Absolutely, and when Coach Sansom called that timeout, he was clearly frustrated. You have to wonder what his message is to this team right now.
Yeah, I know one thing he's saying is we got to work some clock here. We got to lead. We saw Courtney Walker take a triple very early in the shot clock. And, they got options here right now offensively. They're not pressed to score. They want to work some of this clock because the longer Waynesburg is able to hang around in this one, the more opportunity they have to make this thing interesting.
Absolutely, and this Waynesburg team, you cannot let them stay in this one and hang around like you said.
It'll be Waynesburg's ball set to inbound. It's going to be Avery Robinson for the Jackets. Be a fresh 30-second shot clock. So throw it inside to Fuller. Fuller over the right shoulder, couldn't hit. And that time, good footwork in the post by Fuller, just unable to complete it. Mason the drive. And they're going to call an offensive foul.
Called it against Mason, and she's shaken up very visibly in some pain. Looks like the right knee.
Not what you needed here as you're trying to maintain control of this 12-point lead. Waynesburg now with another possession, an opportunity to cut it to 10 or even single digits on this possession. Dansby working on Mason. Inside to Fuller. Mintel will knock it out of bounds. They tried to enter it inside to Fuller. I didn't think she'd sit this long, but she did. Andrea Orlowski set to re-enter the fray for Waynesburg. It'll be 12 on the clock for the Jackets as they inbound. Long three. It's good. Avery Robinson coming up big in this fourth quarter as the Yellow Jackets have cut this lead to 9. 4:43 left to go in the fourth quarter, and the Waynesburg Yellow Jackets have made this a game again. 16 left on the shot clock. Schobel the drive. Couldn't finish. Rebound controlled by Fuller. Waynesburg looking to continue to chip away at this lead. Alexis Heap set to check in. Orlowski working low post against Schobel. And that's what a veteran scorer was able to do. Andrea Orlowski cuts it to 7.
Gives herself 14 points on the night. 13, inching just closer and closer to that 1,000 mark.
17 left on the shot clock. Schobel working. Will kick to Mason. Thought about a 3. Back to Schobel. They've got 9 to shoot. Schobel working on Robinson. Will kick to Courtney Walker. Long triple. Couldn't hit. Rebound controlled by Waynesburg, and the momentum all of a sudden starting to fall in the favor of the Yellow Jackets. Dansby the drive, and she's fouled. An absolutely nightmarish start here to this fourth quarter for Coach Sansom's squad, Drew.
Absolutely. And it appeared as if these opening few minutes were going to really tip the game in favor of the Bison, but all credit to the Yellow Jackets who haven't quit and have found themselves right back in this one with 3:34 left to play.
And they're going to get Dansby back to the free throw line. Anika Dansby coming in at just a 50% free throw shooter on the season. None bigger than these one right here. So Anika Dansby able to knock down the first of two and will cut this lead to 6. Anika Dansby goes 2 for 2, and buckle up, ladies and gentlemen, as we've got a close one coming up down the stretch. 3:30 and counting left to go here in the fourth quarter as the Bison turn it over again. Orlowski pushing. Orlowski in transition. Offensive foul.
Orlowski's out of the game, Linnell. That's her 5th.
And that's going to be her 5th. By that time, if you're Orlowski, you got to throw that ahead to Fuller. That's not smart basketball right there. She had a 2-on-1 fast break opportunity, and now she's fouled herself out.
Absolutely. Just lack of awareness there from this senior guard.
Yeah, and that can throw a wrench in the plans of this comeback from St. Vincent, as Orlowski, one of the more prominent players. Mackenzie Mason working with her. She'll lose the Montel screen. Mason will kick. They just aren't able to find it in the hands of the shooter right now. Mason going baseline. Will kick to Montel. There's 11 on the shot clock. Grayson driving. Will swing it. Scoble one-on-one against Robinson. Scoble floater. No good. Rebound controlled by Waynesburg as they're continuing to crawl back into this one. It's a 53-48 lead with 2:43 left to go. Long ball, no good from Waynesburg, and they're going to get a foul called on the floor. And that will put Kelsey Mintel at the charity stripe. Substitution set to check in. It's Nikki Bradbury.
It was Brooke Fuller's 4th foul here. She's got to be careful as the Yellow Jackets only have one other option available on their bench.
Yeah, so an interesting set of circumstances to look at coming down the stretch is the amount of available bodies for the Yellow Jackets. Mintel sinks it. As Macy Sheenot will come in and give Mintel a blow. Bison showing this 2-1-2 press once again. Anika Dansby working with it. Yellow Jackets down 6 with 2:30 left to go. A 54-48 Bison lead. It has been all Waynesburg here in this fourth quarter as they've cut this lead from double digits. Another long ball from Waynesburg, and that'll cut this one to 3.
Marley Wolf once again.
Now just a 3-point Bison lead as the wheels have fell off here completely here in the fourth quarter. 17 on the shot clock for the Bison. 3-point lead with 1:57 left to go. Mason on the drive. Mason using screens. Mason will drive, and she'll be fouled. No, as a matter of fact, they're going to call jump ball in possession. Will go to Waynesburg.
It was a great job there by Marley Wolf, getting that one to be called a jump ball.
Yeah, that's a tough call.
She got just enough of her hands on it to sway the officials into giving that one to the Yellow Jackets.
And that time it was the defense of Waynesburg. Mackenzie Mason having to use 2 ball screens to free herself up. Bison will once again show full court pressure. It's a 54-51 lead with 1:48 left to go in the fourth quarter. We've got a hot one down the stretch here at Humble Fieldhouse. The Bison close out the regular season on Saturday against Grove City as Anika Dansby couldn't finish. She had a good take. Coach Sansom urging Molly Grayson to pull it back. Minute 30 left to go. It's a 54-51 Bison lead. 14 on the clock. Bison working it around. 9 on the clock. Bradbury finds an open look from deep. Couldn't hit, and Alexis Heap with a huge offensive rebound. How big of an offensive rebound was that?
It was absolutely huge. It's going to allow them to kill more time off this clock.
Mason working with it. He'll kick it out to Bradbury. Couldn't hit. Possession will go to Waynesburg. So the Yellow Jackets once again with possession. And we get a timeout call. Full timeout. Called by Coach Sam Jones.
He's going to go to the drawing board here, Linnell. Get something going quick for the Yellow Jackets with 51.9 left to play.
Yeah, Avery Robinson has found her stroke from downtown here in this fourth quarter. I wonder if they're drawing up something to maybe get her an open look from downtown as they need a three-pointer.
It's either going to go to her or Marley Wolf, who's had her fair share of three-pointers here tonight.
Yeah, Drew, and I ask you here, they don't necessarily need a three-pointer. It's in all likelihood, depending on when they shoot it, will be their final possession here in the fourth quarter. It's a 21.9 second difference between the shot clock and game clock. Andrea Orlowski and Avery Robinson have really made their presence felt here in this fourth quarter. Getting things done for the Yellow Jackets offensively. If you're the Bison here, do you continue to go to this trap that they've been running? Because you run the risk of leaving open an open shooter from downtown.
I don't know if you can risk that. I mean, the Yellow Jackets have been very good from three in this quarter.
Bison will stay in man-to-man. Good help there from Mason. She nearly tied the ball up. Wolf with it. 20 on the shot clock. They're trying hard. Long ball, no good. Mason the rebound. They don't need to foul here, just a 3-second difference between the shot and game clock. We're going to get another timeout called here. 3-second difference between the shot clock and game clock, so you don't necessarily have to foul here if you're Waynesburg. In all likelihood, it'd be in your best opinion not to foul here. You're guaranteed one more possession here if you're able to get a stop and a defensive rebound.
Absolutely, but in that situation, assuming the Bison milk the clock all the way down, it would have to be a very quick one final possession for the Yellow Jackets at the end.
Boy, they missed a couple looks from three there. And I don't know if I necessarily agree with the philosophy there from Coach Sam Jones trying to go out and get the three off the bat. They had an opportunity for a quick deuce, but did not look for it. Mason inbound. She'll struggle to get it in. Montel catches it, and that's who they will send to the free throw line. Be the junior Kelsey Montel out of Moundsville, West Virginia.
Bison's second best free throw shooter.
Yeah, not a bad option for the green and white on the charity stripe. Montel has been quiet scoring here in this one as she's had her hands full with Brooke Fuller. Sinks a huge free throw. Will extend this lead to 4 with 27.6 left to go. The Bison trying to close out Waynesburg. Montel will knock down both. We'll get a final timeout from Coach Sam Jones, as he's going to have to draw something up here down 5 with 27.6 left to go.
Those were two huge free throws from Kelsey Montel, especially that first one, giving her the confidence to then put the second one down as well.
Yeah, and that's that stat that we mentioned coming in. #1 free throw shooting team in the conference, and it pays dividends down the stretch when you're able to close games out at the charity stripe.
Absolutely, especially if you get your top two free throw shooters to the line in Montel and Mason. You're set if you're the Bison.
It'll be Avery Robinson, the inbound for Waynesburg, as they're down 5 with 27.6 left to go. Needs something quick here. A score and a foul, ideal. He'll throw it inside to Fuller, and it's knocked out of bounds by Kelsey Mintel. And that may play in the favor of Waynesburg, as it'll give them a better spot to inbound from. See if they can get something easy here off the inbound. Throw it into Dansby. They got the mismatch with Fuller inside. They switch it back. Mintel, beautiful defense. A foul called, and that'll send, if Kelsey Mintel was Robin, this is Batman at the free throw line. Mackenzie Mason.
Absolutely, and I question the Yellow Jackets' decision to foul Mason there. I understand they're in a time crunch, but do you really want to send the Bison's best free throw shooter to the line?
Well, Mackenzie Mason has an answer for you, and off the first free throw, that answer is heck no. She knocks down both of those free throws, and that'll likely close things out. It'll push this lead to 7 with 15.5 left to go. The Bison likely will survive a fourth quarter scare that Waynesburg gave them. They led by double digits entering the quarter, and Waynesburg able to try to fight tooth and nail to get back into this one. They'll turn it over, and that is how things will wrap up. Bella Scoble will go to the free throw line to pad her stats. But barring something crazy, that's going to do it here from Humble Fieldhouse. The Bison will improve to 3-4 on the season. 2 regular season games left, as they'll host Teal on Thursday evening. And then we'll wrap up the regular season on Saturday against the defending champion Grove City Wolverines in a highly anticipated matchup between the conference's class and Grove City, and in my opinion, the best young up-and-coming team in the conference, the Bison. That Marley Wolf long ball will wrap things up here from Hummel Fieldhouse. It's a 60-51 Bison victory over the Waynesburg Yellow Jackets. The loss for Waynesburg will drop them to 0-7 on the season. The Bison will improve to 3-4 as we get closer to the PAC Conference Tournament. The Bison picking up a much-needed victory.
Absolutely, and as we said before, surviving that fourth quarter scare. Didn't know if they were going to make it out of this one alive and possibly giving Waynesburg their first win of the year, but the Bison were able to close this one out.
We're going to have Coach Sansom join us here post-game to give his thoughts on wrapping up the victory here in the fourth quarter. And we heard from him after the game against St. Vincent. They feel like they want to be playing their best basketball as they get down the stretch, as we get set to get closer to the start of that PAC Conference Tournament. Coach Sansom's squad last year, I believe, had a first-round exit in the conference tournament.
Against these Yellow Jackets.
Yeah, so finally able to right their wrongs here against Waynesburg. We mentioned this was the first time the Bison had picked up a victory over Waynesburg since February of 2019. As we see a exhausted Coach Sansom getting ready to join us here post-game. Thanks for joining us, Coach. You there?
I'm here. I think. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know where I'm at right now.
You guys survived a scare there from Waynesburg in that fourth quarter. You entered the quarter up double digits, and they gave you guys a run for your money there down the stretch.
Yeah, you know, and Sam's a great friend of mine, and, you know, his kids just kept battling. They could have very easily, I think we went up, I don't know if the largest lead was 17. I'll look at it here in a second and tell you. Largest lead was 18. They could have quit. You know, 7 kids fighting hard. I got to give them credit. They forced us. They forced us into some mistakes, but I'm really proud of the effort. You know, we're young. We need to shoot more, and that's, hey, you know, we're going to learn how to keep playing. Winning those games is what's going to help you down the road. You know, you win by 30, you lose by 30, it doesn't help you. You play in a game like that where you got to make plays. You got to get stops, and we did down the stretch.
Coach, this is the first of 3 games in 5 nights. You all host Teal on Thursday evening. what is the practice schedule going to look like for this week?
Coach needs a day off now. No. Tomorrow's just a lot of skill work. We have a lot of skill work, and then we have a spring break day on Thursday, so we'll do a Founders Day in the morning. We'll let the kids do all that, and then we'll do a little walkthrough to prepare for Teal. Tomorrow's more a skill work, get some shots in. Not anything crazy because we gotta get a push towards the end of the season.
Grove City on Saturday, Coach, reigning PAC champions. How do you use that game as momentum going into the conference tournament?
We're going to use that game as a measuring stick. Where are we at? What do we need to focus on during that last week where we don't play? For that last week, hopefully, maybe we won't have to play that Saturday. Maybe we get the 6th seed and play Monday. So give us an opportunity to see where we are, what we need to adjust, and really kind of let us, maybe heal up a little bit and from bumps and bruises. But I'm just really proud of the way we played. It's frustrating, because I know how talented and good we could be, and we got to keep tightening things up.
All right, Coach. Thanks.
Thank you.
That'll wrap things up here from Hummel Fieldhouse. It was a final score of 60-51. As the Bethany Bison improved to 3-4 on the season, the Waynesburg Yellow Jackets will drop to 0-7. Catch us during our next broadcast, Thursday, 6 p.m. tip-off against the Teal Tomcats. For Drew Von Sio, my name is Linnell Willingham. This has been the Bethany Broadcasting Network's presentation of PAC basketball, streamed live on YouTube.